Alexandra, how do you do?
I'm fine. How about you?
Great. So we are here to talk about your company, Hong Kong à la Carte, a wonderful French travel agency working in Hong Kong already for 5 years. And you are the laureate for the Grand Prix France Hong Kong.
Wonderful.
So how do you feel about this news?
Great. Absolutely great. Thank you very much.
So,
we're not a French travel agency. We're a Hong Kong travel agency.
Wow,
it so happened that I'm French and the co-owner, Stephanie, is also French.
That's a very important point because so you actually working with Hong Kong people in your daily job, and especially during the COVID period. Can you tell us about the company story?
Okay, so first about me, perhaps. So I am Alexandra and I've been in Hong Kong for 23 years and I've worked in the travel industry for 28 years. So I started in London, then I moved to Australia and then I finally arrived in Hong Kong. And I am the co-owner of Hong Kong à la Carte, which is an inbound travel agency.
So your partner Stephanie and yourself have been starting this new adventure 5 years ago. How do you get this idea of starting something?
So basically in 2017, I was working in the travel industry and I had in mind setting up my own travel agency. But I didn't want to do it on my own, so I had to find the perfect co-owner and that came with Stephanie. We're very complementary, the two of us, so we both decided that we will give it a try. So we set up Hong Kong à la Carte 5 years ago, and we basically provide sightseeing tours and ground services for tourists or business people coming to Hong Kong or people transiting via Hong Kong, families, friends and families visiting people living in Hong Kong, and we basically decided to promote Hong Kong to all these people.
And from the very beginning was quite a success, even from French TV programs coming to Hong Kong, welcoming companies. Can you tell us about those fantastic opportunities?
Basically because we are a licensed travel agency, we work with the Hong Kong Tourism Board. And the Hong Kong Tourism Board has an office in Paris. It's a very big office there, and their job is to promote Hong Kong to French people. And they organize a lot of television programs. And whenever there was a crew coming to Hong Kong, they would usually ask us to help them with the setup and the filming.
And what is actually the feedback of the people, the companies, or the TV hosts visiting Hong Kong after? Did they discover something they didn't know?
Of course, because everyone thinks that Hong Kong is massive skyscrapers, and that's about it. They don't actually know that Hong Kong is a very large territory, and we have a lot of green space and a lot of things to visit apart from the city. So yes, they were always very surprised by what we had in mind for them and their television shows.
So that's one actually your specificities. You're taking people out of the city. Can you tell us about this experience?
Yeah, we take them off the beaten track, basically. So of course, for people who have never been to Hong Kong, we will show them the basic, the thing you need to know about Hong Kong. But for returning visitors, we will take them off the beaten track. And we've set up many sightseeing tours that actually portray the different culture facts of Hong Kong. So for example, you have the traditional Chinese medicine tour, you have the superstition tour, you have the graveyard tour, the food tour, the night tour. It's infinite. There's so many options that we can do with sightseeing tours.
Well, that's impressive. So I've read so far you've been taking something like 3,000 people in Hong Kong in 5 years' time, despite of the COVID period. Well, can you tell us about how you guys are suffering now? What has changed?
Okay, so as I said, we set up in 2017 and the 3 first years were very promising. We had a lot of success. And a lot of people used our company to discover Hong Kong, despite 2019, which was the protest year. But as I said, we're both Stephanie being French, we have a lot of French customers. And as you must know, my dear Didier, French people love riots. You know, I think it's part of their DNA. So they really liked actually coming to Hong Kong and experiencing what was happening at the time. So we did not suffer greatly in 2019 from the riots. But COVID in 2020 just decimated the tourism industry. In 2020, we didn't know at the time that it was going to last so long. It's going to be almost 3 years now. And we decided for the summer 2020 that we would create new products and services in order to help locals discover Hong Kong. A lot of foreigners at the time were stuck in Hong Kong. We couldn't go on holidays. A lot of parents wanted us to organize activities for their children, and we came up with the idea of setting up scavenger hunts during the summer. And the first one we did was a real success. The prize at the time was a helicopter ride. So everybody sort of competed to win this prize. It was very successful. We had 165 people taking place in teams of 4 people to respect the COVID restrictions. Thank you very much. And off they went for 3 weeks. So we sent them all over Hong Kong to perform tasks and challenges, and the feedback was great. Everyone loved it. Of course, they discovered many things they didn't know about Hong Kong, which for us was great. And that also allowed us to find a new purpose for the company, which was to educate the locals. Locals can be Hong Kong people, but can also be foreigners. So educate them about Hong Kong while having fun, which is really important to me. I like when people smile and have fun when they tour with us.
Wow, you guys are so impressive. I can feel you are really Hong Kong lovers, true Hong Kongers. The fact that you can adapt and also show even to local residents and let them know about their city is quite inspiring. So you also have some local Chinese Hong Konger joining?
Absolutely. We have a lot of them, actually. We provide sightseeing tours in many different languages, including Chinese. I don't do them. I don't tour in Chinese. I tour in English and French. We also provide Spanish, for example. So yes, we have all sorts of nationalities, and it's really, we're really grateful when local people join our tours, because we also learn from them. Because we might tell them something, and that person say, "Oh, this is why my grandmother used to say that, and now I understand." So we actually learn from each other. It's a great dynamic.
And now, so the prospects are not that clear at the moment. So do you have any views for the future? How do you think with this local situation, will it improve in your opinion?
Yeah, so very difficult situation. Obviously the COVID restriction are still in place, so which makes our life very difficult as travel agencies. The good thing is that the situation forced us to rethink our business model. And we shifted from being a travel agency for tourists, let's say, to a travel agency providing domestic tourism. So we, as I said, we had the scavenger hunts. So we have declined this into numerous scavenger hunts. So you have scavenger hunts for schools, where teachers take their pupils on a scavenger hunt to discover Hong Kong. You have scavenger hunts for corporation, so team building events. You also have scavenger hunt to celebrate a special occasion like a wedding or an engagement or a birthday. Or scavenger hunts that we call them public scavenger hunts. Sometimes we will organize a scavenger hunt, let's say for Christmas, around the Christmas theme. and invite anybody who want to join the hunt to participate. We also have tours, so we've changed our tours a little bit, and we provide tours for clubs and associations. And we have a new product which is called Play and Visit, which is a lot of fun. It's basically a walking tour with a guide, and along the itinerary there will be some challenges, just to make sure you've listened to the guide. You know, it will send you fetch things, so it's actually quite fun as well.
Wow.
So yeah, so we had to reshift our business model. Having said that, if COVID restrictions continue for a lot longer, I am not sure we will be able to survive, unfortunately.
Well, let's hope for the best. You guys being recognized by the Grand Prix France-Hong Kong, which celebrates cooperation between France and Hong Kong. So are you happy with this, and what will it bring to you in terms of visibility?
Yes, I mean, we're super happy. Thank you very much. First, thank you. We're very grateful that we were able to participate. It was very, very refreshing and very nice. We're also very grateful because of the situation we're in right now. Usually you measure success of a company based on the turnover or the profit. But as I say, our turnover and profit has decreased, quite drastically because of the COVID. And therefore we were very surprised to be given the prize, the Entrepreneur Prize, which to us was very heartwarming, which also shows that our creativity and our battle against adversity is actually rewarded. So that really is very important to us. It will hopefully bring us some visibility as well, and perhaps people who have just arrived, who didn't know us, will want to try us for tours or activities in order to discover Hong Kong.
Well, Alexandra, thank you so much, and congratulations for your prize.
Thank you so much, Didier, and thank you to the other partners. Very kind.
Thank you.